of 0.4% quarter-over-quarter. The decrease in SG&A expenses year-over-year was primarily driven by the company's overall cost-saving efforts and improved operating efficiency in marketing and other supporting functions. Loss for operations in the third quarter was 946 million RMB, or $139.3 million, representing a decrease of 60.7% year-over-year and a decrease of 18.4% quarter-over-quarter. Share-based compensation expenses in the third quarter were 49.2 million RMB, or $7.3 million, representing a decrease of 30.1% year-over-year and an increase of 8.3% quarter-over-quarter. The decrease in share-based compensation expenses year-over-year was primarily due to less options granted driven by the decline in numbers of employees and impact of part of the share-based compensation expenses being recognized by using the accelerated method under which the expenses decrease gradually over the vesting period. Net loss in the third quarter was 1.05 billion RMB, or $154.2 million, representing a decrease of 58.5% year-over-year and a decrease of 11% quarter-over-quarter. Net loss attributable to NIO's ordinary shareholders in the third quarter was 1.19 billion RMB, or $175 million, representing a decrease of 53.5% year-over-year and a decrease of 1.6% quarter-over-quarter. Basic and diluted net loss per ADS in the third quarter were both 14 cents per ADS. Excluding share-based compensation expenses and accretion of redeemable non-controlling interests to redemption value, non-GAAP adjusted basic and diluted net loss per ADS were both 0.82 RMB, or 12 cents per ADS in the third quarter. Our balance of cash and cash equivalents, restricted cash, and short-term investments was 32.2 billion RMB, or $3.3 billion, as of September 30, 2020. Additionally, we achieved positive cash flow for operating cash activities for the second sequential quarter. And now, for this outlook, the fourth quarter of 2020, the company expects deliveries to be between
They got disconnected.
500 and 17,000.
Now we're back on.
Representing an increase of approximately 100.6% to 106.7% from the same quarter of 2019, an increase of approximately 35.2% to 39.3%. The company also expects the total revenues of the fourth quarter 2020 will be between 6.26 to 6.44 billion.
Good news all around, man.
Or between
so far, so good.
901.8 to 947.9 million. This would represent an increase of approximately 119.7% to 106% from the same quarter of 2019, an increase of approximately 38.3% to 42.2% from the start of this outlook reflects the company's current and the preliminary view of the risk situation and the market conditions, which is subject to change. Now, this concludes our prepared remarks. I will now turn the call over to the operator to facilitate our Q&A session.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll now begin the question.
Here comes the Q&A. This is the most interesting part of the call.
And for the benefit of all participants on today's call, please limit yourself to 2 questions. And if you have additional questions, you can re-enter the queue by pressing star 1 again. The first question we have is from the line of Xin Chao from Morgan Stanley. Your line is now open.
Hi, William, Stephen, Jade, and Tim. This is Tim from Morgan Stanley. Congratulations on the strong result, and thanks for taking my questions. So I have two questions, and we'll quickly go through them in Mandarin first. 兄弟问题想跟未来汽车
Man, I'm expecting over 50 tomorrow.
明年电池项目都有明显的进展。那如果我们展望明年，除了第4款车的推出之外，在研发投入这边，相对侧重的项目以及相对应整个投入的金额的预期呢，是不是可以请管理层这边稍微跟投资人做个指引？那第二块呢，就是有关于我们 Boss Battery Service 市场反馈那因为我们前一阵子刚这个发布100度电的电池包，那有了这个新的这个产品的话，我们对于Boss 长期的预期这个 take rate 大概是一个什么样的状况？So my first question, we saw NIO making solid operational progress this year at all fronts. For example, like in the launch of EC6 Boss and the 100 kilowatt-hour battery pack. So looking into 2021, in addition to the fourth model launch and ongoing investment in the autonomous driving, what else investment? And if possible, could the management share any broad guidance regarding the overall R&D spending versus 2020? My second question is about Boss Battery as a Service. Could you please share some market feedback? And with the launch of the 100 kilowatt-hour battery pack, what's our expectation of the take rate of bus services for 2021 and beyond? These are my two questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Tim. 明年的研发，包括我们研发的像我前面讲的，我们从核心技术的角度来讲 ，NT2 的话呢是整个的核心的话呢是行业最领先的量产的自动驾驶的这个系统，当然还有很多别的方面的这个更新了，就进展啊。那当然从车型的角度来讲，大家也知道我们现在有3款这个 SUV 的量产车型。我们这个马上发布一款轿车的产品啊，那我们的 NT2 上的第一款车，是一款轿车，那我们现在当然是肯定是要进入的这个轿车的市场。那当然我也可以说一下，我们现在还有别的一些车型也在研发的这个进展中啊，那我们的第二款新车就是正在研发的第2款新车，也是一款轿车的产品，所以大家可以想象我们下两辆新车发布了以后，那我们的整个的产品布局应该就比较我能够说的关于研发方面的一些情况。
Thank you for questioning focuses for next year or our recent focus. Just like I mentioned in my prepared remarks, the NT 2.0 is the focus in terms of the core technologies. The core of NT 2.0 is the industry-leading mass production autonomous driving system. Of course, we also have other ongoing projects. In terms of the vehicle models, we have already successfully launched 3 SUVs. To launch is going to be a sedan on the NT 2.0 platform. It means that we're going to enter the sedan market. At the same time, we're also developing other vehicle models. For example, the second new product in the pipeline is also going to be a sedan. So with the launch, I believe we can complete our product portfolio.
对，第二个问题就是BUS 的 take rate。我们从8月份发布这个BUS 以后呢，我们非常高兴看到每个星期它的 take rate 是在逐渐的增长。那么到11月份到目前为止，这个新增订单里面的BUS 的 take rate 已经达到了35%那应该讲比我们预期的还是要快一些，进展的要好一些当然从交付的按订单生产这个交付的 take rate 它会比这个订单的 take rate 会有一个延迟但是整体上来说，订单的这个 take rate 里边，我们还是非常高兴的看到了这个BUS的增长。那么现在用户应该讲越来越认识到它的好处，因为它不光是能够降低购车的门槛，让用户不会用电池的衰减去顾虑，主要的是它可以有灵活的升级的服务那么这个整个的这个方案的话呢， 其实和我们的目标是一样的，是有利于促进更多的汽油车用户去转换。100度电发布了以后呢，我们整个的这个 bus 模式呢就更加有竞争力了。我相信随着时间的推移呢，用户对于 bus 的理解会更加的深，会继续上升。
In terms of the bus take rate, after we announced the bus in August, we're very happy to see the increase with the take rate every week. And in November, we can see that among all of the new orders, the take rate of bus is around 35%, which is faster and better than our previous expectations. Because of the model is made to order, so this will be reflected a little bit later in our deliveries. We're very happy to see this bus take rate momentum, and we believe that this is also going to improve in the future. Bus can help us to lower the initial purchase price and eliminate the user concerns regarding the battery that flexible upgrade services to the user. The purpose of bus is to convert more gasoline car users to EVs. After the launch of a 100 kWh battery pack, we believe
I appreciate it, Bitcoin Hustle. I'm just trying to see how it's looking.
Users can get much better understanding about the benefits of a bus. We believe this take rate will increase in the future in the long run.
Perfect, clear. Thank you, William, and congratulations again on the result. Thank you.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank you. And the next question we have is from Ming Li from Bank of America. You may now proceed with your question.
谢谢 William 第一个还有吴老师非常好的这个第三季的业绩。那我这个问题还是主要是关于毛利率。
So after hours, some people are selling you that are in the red.
大概差不多是进步了5个百分点。那可不可以请管理阶层？
But I think tomorrow will be the day of reckoning, where NIO either skyrockets up or it has a big sell-off. If it sells off, I have money sitting in my Webull account that I'll be using it to buy more NIO stock, and then I'll be holding it for the long term.
这个non-vehicle 的 gross margin， 我看到这一季度它是相较于上个季度稍微下降，但因为我想这个数字很小，所以他们的季度本来就比较好看，但是长期来看，我们是这个 business 就是应该这个毛利率都会继续往上。这是我的第一个问题，是关于毛利率的。谢谢William。My first question is regarding the margin expansion from second quarter to third quarter in the gross margin. Improved around 5. The rough breakdown, how do you improve your gross margin, and do you also see any extra contribution from the sales of the NEV credit? So that's my first question. Thank you, William.
好，谢谢Ming，我让那个Stanley来回答这个问题。
Hi, Ming, this is Stanley. The vehicle margin increase in Q3 compared with Q2 mainly contributed by two factors. The first is
I am hoping it goes around $50. That is my goal as of now.
2,000 RMB per vehicle. Mainly because the more ES8 with higher price are sold in Q3. Second is BOM cost reduced by 7,000 RMB per vehicle. Also, which are contributed by the cost reduction of battery pack and also EDS. You mentioned the revenue from selling dual credit points. We received revenue in Q4 with total amount of 120 million RMB, and we will recognize this as other revenue in Q4. So in Q3, we not included in the financial results. Yeah. So that's your question about the vehicle margin. And regarding the service revenue, I think we are continuing working on to improve the service margin to reduce the loss. So I think the trend will be positive. Okay, thanks me.
总体上来讲的话，我补充一下，总体上来讲，我们从这个其他的除了这个毛利率的角度来讲的话，我们当然随着保有量的增加呢，我们肯定也会去持续的会去优化啊。那从这一点上来讲的话呢，其实这个其他的这个销售收入的这个毛利率啊，反而它是随着规模效益的增加，它会改善的会更好一些。我们相信，当然 Q2 到 Q3 这个是一个小的一个变化，但是从长期来讲的话，我们觉得持续改进，还是非常有信心。
About speaking regarding the gross margin of the other service and the sales, we believe that it will be further optimized as our user base continues. It's going to be reflected with the growing economics of the sales. In the Q2 and the Q3, very evident, but we are quite confident that this is going to have a continuous optimization in the future.
好的，那我这边还有另外一个问题是关于 ASP 跟这个电池的部分。那因为根据公司的指引的话，我们这边算了一下，大概4季度的这个整个公司的 ASP 大概又会比3季度大概高了12000到13000人民币左右。那想了解一下这一块是主要就是因为我们4季度的这个 EC6的这个交付会大量的一个增长，所以说带来的这个ASP 的上涨。然后另外也想再请教一下，这个4季度的 ASP 上涨跟这个我们推出100度电的这个比较大的电池是不是也有一定的关系？那我这边最主要想要问的原因是因为我们其实现在发电价已经将近160、350个或是以上，那所以说其实会不会对于这个消费者他的这个里程交易其实也有一定程度的帮助？那其实最主要是想了解说，我们现在消费者这边选择100度电跟70度电，你们觉得往后的这个就是比较会是怎么样？然后现在的这个里程是不是其实已经够？如果我们这个换电站的这个密度已经够，因为毕竟我们的这个消费者里面其实家里有充电桩，按照充电桩的这个比例是非常高的。那最后一个问题就是说，如果我们卖100度电。
Honey, I think your line got off.
The participant line got disconnected. May we suggest please press star 1 again if you have further questions. I'll move on to the next one. We have Dane Wang.
Let the management to answer the question first.
Sure, sir. Please go ahead.
I think they're having some technical difficulties.
To recap a little bit on the question, basically the question is about the average selling price. In the fourth quarter, it seems that the average selling price will increase compared with the third quarter by 1,000. So we would like to know whether this is driven by the EC6 or the 100 kWh battery pack, and we also would like to know for the battery packs, what is the take rate ratio between the 100 kWh battery pack and the 70 kWh battery pack.
那我们的这个如果简单给我们根据我们给的这个销售收入的这个指引和量算的话呢，可能对我们还是增长。前面Stanley也讲了，我们在4季度会这个进来今年的看台上积分的它的长积分的这个收入，所以这个的话呢会把整个的收入，其他的就汽车以外的收入的话会让整个的我们给的指引的方向的角度来讲，我们并没有去把这个 ASP 的提高作为一个主要的目标。那么目前我们预计 ASP 还是能维持和 Q3 差不多的水平不会显著提高。
Is that what you are playing Bitcoin Hustle long-term option calls?
然后100度电的话呢，因为我们4季度也是刚刚开始交付对当季的这个 ASP 也不会有那么显著的影响。反正4季度的毛利率的持续改善，我们还是非常有信心的。
So far in after hours, it is in
the sales revenue guidance. We would like to clarify a little bit, just like Danny mentioned, for the due credit to revenue, this is going to boost the revenue for the other sales. And in our guidance, we don't actually consider the increase of the average selling price as a part of the target. we believe the average selling price in the fourth quarter is going to be at the similar level as the third quarter, according to the orders we receive right now. And we just started the deliveries of the 100 kilowatt-hour battery pack in the fourth quarter, so we put any impact on the gross margin in such a short time. But we're very confident to continuously improve our gross margin throughout the fourth quarter.
Thank you, Lisa. The next question is from Bin Wang from Credit Suisse. Your line is now open.
谢谢各位领导。那我有2个问题，一个关于毛利率，一个关于新产品啊。那毛利率的话呢，想问问看一些因素有没有被考虑到，比如说，我们之前有取消这个电池的贴息，这个我刚没有看到Stanley有解释啊，这个有没有帮助到毛利率？第二呢，是不是江淮的这个生产安排导致已经没有规模效应了？我也没听到Stanley解释这个规模效应的帮助。那么往前看的话呢，这个 bus 如果更多的被使用 ，bus 是一个毛利率正面的因素吗？还是负面？能不能量化一下？100度电的这个电池，对毛利率是否正面、负面？如果你比如说到50、60这个100度电，有多少的帮忙？以及呢，就是这个算计方案会算在那个新车毛利率里面吗？因为刚才好像没有解释，这个有没有一些一次性的这个因素在3季度？因为我们的友商就理想他们有一个一次性的宁德时代的一个返利啊，我们有没有可能在3季度有没有一次性的一个电池的一个回溯吧？有没有这些一次性的因素？这些都是关于这个毛利率的这个问题啊。第二个呢，就是关于这个新产品。那我其实也是看到未来2个新产品都是这个轿车的话，这相对是一般来说可能价格会低一些，毛利会低一些。那么有没有可能会做一个更大比 ES8 更大的 SUV， 比如说 ES9？那我为什么会提这个呢？就是因为我们的友商它的下绑车是个更大的 SUV。
Yeah, that Bitconnect guy was too funny.
下绑车上呢，到底将来会不会做更大的？因为之前我们有一个 EVE 的款 MPV 类似的产品嘛。
Yeah, so far all the earnings have been positive, all the news has been positive, and the stock seems like it's not moving at all.
Margin factors going forward, in the past. Going forward, we see a few factors, for example, bus adoption.
Also, one thing I can say, they definitely need to improve their sound, and they need to get a translator because, man, this is too difficult to even understand or follow.
New product because we've seen the next 2 plus will maybe lower margin. So do you have any plan for an even bigger SUV or even bigger one? Because for example, maybe the name is the ES9. We've seen other peers actually planning for a much bigger one. So basically, what's the upcoming plan for even bigger products? Thank you.
Hello, this is Stanley. I will break down into the factors to further explain the questions about the subsidy. We further reduced the subsidy to the end users in Q3 with the launch of our bus model. And so in Q3, there's a little bit like factor can due to the subsidy reduction, the skills of the economy. As you can see, the production volume in Q3 is over 20 increase compared with Q2. As William mentioned prior, and we invest more to improve our production capacity in September to 1,000 units. So the manufacturing cost, I think almost all the same with the second quarter. Yeah, and about the bus and also the 100 kilowatt impact, I ask William to answer the question. Yeah.
OK 好，那个刚才这个长期来讲，从方向来讲，当然随着我们量的增加的话，我们知道配套还会持续的有改善的空间啊。但是确实是到了一定程度就不会再下降了，但目前还是有下降的空间的，在 Q3 里面会好一些啊，那越往后肯定会越小一些。当我们到了这个明年的1月份，我们到7500台的产能以后，这个还是会有一些下降，但这个不会下降太多了，这个从一个方向的角度来讲。
I would like to add some points regarding the manufacturing cost and efficiency. In the long run, of course, we will further improve our manufacturing efficiency and the cost And we believe this is going to reduce gradually, but we're going to stop the reduction at a certain point. Of course, we can see more contribution in the third quarter compared with the second quarter, but this is going to diminish in the future. But we will continue to work on the optimization of the manufacturing efficiency and the cost.
那从 BaaS 的角度来讲呢，这个因为我们是在公司会把这个电池和整个电池资产公司合并入啊，并且同步确认收入，所以总体上来说呢，它是不影响整车的毛利的。但从一个长期的角度来讲
，Bitcoin Hustle, you are too funny, dog.
升级服务，所以它会增加我们的整车以外的这个毛利啊。从长期来讲，因为我们电池升级。
Man, after this live stream is over, I think everybody watching will be a fluent Chinese speaker. FLR is so, man, you are too funny, dog.
For the battery as a service, we will sell other parts to the users and the battery to the battery as a company under the BaaS model. So it means that this is not going to affect the vehicle gross margin, but with our battery upgrade service, this is going to provide some revenue. So in the long run, this is not going to have any significant impact on the vehicle gross margin, but it will give some incentives to other revenue.
Bitcoin Hustle, that's what happens to me. As soon as I buy, it goes down. As soon as I sell, it goes up.
不是像特斯拉那样，特斯拉是把这个积分的话呢，这个碳排放积分是放到整车毛利。
Welcome to the party, Peisal.
啊，是放到这个其他的这个收入里面，所以它提升的是整车以外的毛利。
For the fuel credit, we actually include this in other revenues or other sales. We have different approaches compared with Tesla because Tesla considers the revenue of the credit, we include that in the other revenue.
关于这个新产品的这个布局，当然我们有自己非常这个完整的一个市场进入的计划。我们从客的角度来讲的话呢，我们就像ES8先从一个中大型的这个 SUV 的这个市场进入，然后我们到中型的 SUV 到适配的 SUV， 我们这是非常体系的。那么在轿车这个领域，我们肯定是要进的啊。那我们下一步市场，我们总体的逻辑呢，还是要去 balance 这个细分市场的这个大小啊，和这个我们的这个量，我们还是要 balance 这个啊。当然，有一些比较小众的市场。
Which one of you fellas speaks Chinese? Because we're going to need your skills to translate this earnings call.
For the new product planning, we have a very comprehensive product and the market entry planning. This is going to be carried out. We started with our flagship SUV ES8 in the mid and large segment. Then we entered the mid-size SUV segment with the ES6, then the coupe SUV with the EC6. This is a very systematic approach. For the next step, we're going to enter the sedan market. When selecting different market segments, we need to balance the size of the segments and the volume objectives. At this moment, the rich market are not going to be our focus.
I think what you also mentioned the one-time factors in Q3. We did not receive a significant sales rebate from the suppliers in Q3. So I don't think, we have also the material factors. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Can you also answer me about the 100 kilowatt battery? Whether that will improve your margin? Also, I think in this flow you also mentioned about 150 kilowatt battery are coming. So did you think that margin for the upside from the battery upgrade?
对这个100度电呢，如果是用户选装的话，当然毫无疑问会增加这个毛利率。但是我们同时提供这个100度电的这个灵活升级服务。那么如果是全装的话，它会提高整车毛利率。那么如果是灵活升级服务的话呢，它是提升这个其他的这个收入、其他的服务的毛利率。 所以这个我们说从商和经济角度上分开看。100度电的话呢，我们觉得在我们当100度电推出来以后，我们看到了也有一些用户会去选装，但是我们提供按月按年的这样一个灵活经济服务，所以也有灵活经济就可以了。所以总体上来说，毫无疑问100度电会提升我们整个公司的毛利率，但是它对于这个新车的销售的
，Oh man, that is too funny.
可能是这个
That is too funny.
但是长期来讲，它对于我们其他的这个服务的毛利率提升，那我觉得从长期来讲是有一个很好的沟通。
For the 100 kilowatt-hour battery pack, the users can purchase the battery pack as an option, which is going to improve the vehicle gross margin, but a flexible upgrade, which can contribute to the gross margin of other services.
Yeah, here it is, man. Here it is.
These are two different stories.
I'm gonna watch that later.
After the
I'm gonna watch that later.
100 kilowatt-hour battery pack, we have seen some users choose to install the 100 kilowatt-hour battery pack as an option. And at the same time, we also provide the flexible upgrade. So we also have some
Welcome, Bruce 777. Man, I agree.
By month or by year. We believe this is going to improve the gross margin of the company. But in terms of the new car gross margin or new vehicle gross margin, we think it's not going to have a significant impact. But in the long run, this is going to give us some boost to the gross margin of the other sales and the revenue.
其他的更大容量的电池包，其实基本上也是这个逻辑啊，就是说
How many shares do you have?
整体的一个大的一个思考，就是说平时你用70度电就日常的使用就够了。如果你需要一些长途的出行，那你可以用一个租用我们一个更大容量的电池。那当然这个的话呢，就满足在少数情况下的一个需求。我们认为这个方法是我们独特的一个竞争优势。从财务的角度来讲的话呢，我们也为创造长期的整体毛利带来了一个更多的可能那我们以后每推出一款新的电池包，都能够针对存量用户去有这种收入的可能性那我觉得这个是我们的商业模式里面比较独特的一个优势。
Our logic for this approach is basically the 70 kilowatt-hour battery pack can meet the daily needs of the users. And if the users need to travel for long distance, then they can subscribe to the bigger batteries or the batteries with higher density or capacity. Users can choose this service on demand. This is quite flexible, and this is the advantage of our service. We believe this is also going to contribute to the possibilities of gross margin growth in the long run. And the battery pack is going to provide a very good opportunity for us to improve the gross margins among the existing users. And this is a very unique advantage of our business model.
那有一点我想补充的就是，其实后续的更大容量电池包，我们从这个角度来讲，它其实大大的增加了70度电电池包用户的这个吸引力，因为他们有机会可以灵活升级，这一点很重要。它并不一定每个人都必须去买一个100度电或者或者更大的150度电。那他其实平时使用70度电，然后有需要的时候用更大容量电池包。所以从这个角度来讲的话呢，它其实是大大增加了我们这个70度电的这种竞争力所以我想大家从一个 OP 的角度看这件事情，希望大家能够从这个角度去多一些理解。
The 100 kilowatt-hour battery pack or the future bigger battery packs can, in the end, improve the attraction of the 70 kilowatt-hour battery pack because the users of the 70 kilowatt-hour battery pack will have the opportunity to upgrade the battery pack on demand. They don't actually need to have the 100 kilowatt-hour battery pack or 150 kilowatt-hour battery pack right from the beginning. They can just use the 70 kilowatt-hour battery pack to meet their daily usage needs. Then when it needed, they can upgrade to the bigger batteries. And we believe that this is going to significantly improve.
All right, guys. So in the last like 15 minutes or so, NIO went up almost a full percentage in after hours. It is only down 0.94.
Thank you. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, you may press star one for questions, and it is the hash key to cancel the question. And again, maybe remind everyone to please limit yourself to 2 questions, and you may press star one again if you have additional questions. The next one is from Edison Yu from Deutsche Bank. Your line is now open.
Man, I hope it was the whole call was that clear.
First, can you talk a little bit about the plan, the operational plan to boost the production target in January? What needs to get done just on the ground? And then secondly, as it relates to the next-gen autonomous platform, can you talk about your latest thinking in terms of insourcing the chip design, maybe the implications for Mobileye in that relationship, and how you think about the use of that?
Thank you, Edison. 第一个问题就是这个产能的。
对，因为刚才提到1月份我们已经开始实施了相关的计划。
对，当然这个实际上我们一直强调是一个全供应链的产能啊。那因为不光是工厂的产能，重要的是我们要保证供应链的每一个 partner。
Should I press number 5 and ask a question myself?
现在用户订我们的车确实需要等一些时间啊，我们也希望的话能够加速这个交付的这个速度。那现在我们工厂的产能提升一直都按照计划在前进，我们还有一些 partner supply chain 的 partner 呢，我们也在帮助他们提升他们的产能。是的，这个工作我们一直都在做啊，我们是非常有信心，在1月份能够到达这个全供应链7500台的产能。
We have always been emphasizing on the overall supply chain production capacity, not just about the production capacity of our own plant. We would like to work together with all the supply chain partners to make sure they can support us to boost our production capacity. The users right now will need to wait for some time to pick up their parts because of the production capacity constraints. We are also trying to speed up the deliveries to satisfy the users' demand. So right now we are working on our own plant production capacity expansion and also working together with the supply chain partners to improve their production capacity. We're very confident to be able to improve our production capacity to 7,500 units.
那第二个问题就是我们 NT2 的芯片的选择。那这当然这个我相信这是行业是非常关注的一件事情但这还是给我们点时间我们还是希望在我们正式发布我们的在 NIO Day 上给大家公布更多的细节，今天可能还太早去说这个。当然我们做出了自己的选择，但是确实现在还是有点太早。我们能够确保的是它一定是行业最领先的。
It's about the chipset of the NT 2.0. We understand this attracts a lot of attention in the industry and in the market, but we still need some time to disclose the specific information. At the NIO Day 2020, it's still too early for us to share those information. Of course, we have already made our decision internally. We believe that we should be able to provide the most advanced chipset with the best performance in the industry, and this can also help us to guarantee our leading position in the industry for the coming years.
关于 LiDAR 的话呢，我想先说一下我们对于自动驾驶的这个评价这个方向的一个思考。两件事情是最重要的，第一个就是你到底这个替用户解放了多少比例的时间，那么从这个角度它是个可用性的问题另外一个的话呢是防范了多少的事故那这个它是个可靠性的问题。 那么不管是从可用性还是可靠性的话，我们觉得 LiDAR 都是有它的积极意义的都是这其实是一个容易就算出来的一个东西，就是能增加多少可用性，能增加多少可靠性。那从这个角度来讲的话，我们相信 LiDAR 有它的意义，当然 LiDAR 有它的部署成本的问题，这也需要去做一个 balance。从一个方向的角度来讲的话，不管是 camera 发展到什么样的技术，不管是算力到了什么样的程度，我们相信 LiDAR 都在一定的这个场景下边都是有它的这个意义，而且对于降低这个事故的比例降低事故的概率有它积极的意义所以我们认为 LiDAR 从一个技术方向的角度来讲它是一个非常有意义的补充。
For the LiDAR question, I would like to share some thoughts on the autonomous driving direction first. When thinking about autonomous driving, we should evaluate the two aspects. The first one is how much time we can free up for the users. This is a question of the availability or usability. The second question is how many accidents can we prevent with the autonomous driving system. This is a matter of reliability. So we need to think about these two aspects when we evaluate the strategy of autonomous driving. We believe LiDAR should be able to help with both aspects. This is a very simple math. But we will need to tackle the issue of cost when it comes to LiDAR, and we need to balance this out with our product strategy. In the future, with the improvement of cameras and compute powers, we do believe LiDAR can play a role in some cases and domains because it can help us to reduce the accident rate in some corner cases. So LiDAR is a very good addition to the technology competence.
如果是一个把用户的利益放在第一位的企业的话，我们相信这是需要去突破的一个从成本和性能的角度来讲需要突破的一个技术的问题。
If a company puts users' interest first, then they should find ways to tackle the technical issues in terms of cost and performance.
Thank you, Edison.
Thank you. We have the next question from Nick Lodge. Your line is now open.
管理层你好，我是 JP Morgan Nick，就两个简单的问题好了，第一个就是有关 capacity 跟 cash burn， 就刚有提到说明年的1月份，我们的月产能会大概7500台，然后以我们现在在江淮的设计产能，是不是在未来1年或者1年半应该要再考虑
？Hopefully they let me answer. Hopefully they let me ask a question. I've been pressing number 5 for like 5 minutes now.
我们明年会增加更多的那个电池的 swap station， 还有更多的 new house。就整体我们怎么看这个未来1年的 capex 跟 cash burn？ 然后需不需要应该是 in theory 在未来2年，因为在今年上半年到前3季度有融资，所以应该在未来1-2年不太需要再到资本市场做 fundraising。这是第一个问题。然后第二个问题就有关自动驾驶，我想再追问一下，是不是刚听 William 的这个讲法，是不是我们可以理解成我们在自动驾驶的长期的策略，基本上就是去买，就是跟比较好的 vendor 去购买晶片，但是之后的演算法、就是算力等的都变成 in-house 了。
Boy, Bitcoin Hustle, you are funny, man.
Let me translate my question very briefly. The first question is regarding the cash burn and the capex and the investment in the next 1 year. For instance, William just mentioned that our market capacity can ramp up to 7,500 in January.
Bitcoin Hustle, man, focus on making money, man. Stop playing these jokes.
At the Jianghuai plant. On top of that, how should we think about the capex needed to build a swap station as well as new space? So the first questions about cash flow and CapEx related. And second question on longer term autonomous driving solution or strategy. Based on what William's chairman has now, is it correct to understand that our long-term strategy is to procure chips from top vendor, but at the same time we'll do most of the operating capability or solution in-house? Thank you.
So with regard to the CapEx to improve our production capacity, most of the CapEx will be covered by JAC. Of course, NIO will spend very little CapEx on our own, but the majority will be covered by JAC.
Yeah, and we also will invest more in the expansion of sales and service network and also the power substation. But we will manage well the progress. So I don't think there will a very big cash burn in I think next year. So yeah, that's about the question about the CapEx.
从目前的这个
Definitely
这
not.
个发展计划和我们的现金的角度来讲的话呢，我们是短期内没有这个技术融资的这个计划短期内是能够支持我们整个的发展的。当然这个另外一个问题就是自动驾驶的这个，当然我们这个会就像你刚才讲的，我们当然会去做 in-house 的这个全站的能力其实我们一直也具备这样的一个能力那当然我们最近的话呢也加大了这个整个的这个 in-house 的这个算法和数据团队也加强了这个团队那从一个系统的角度来讲的话，我们现在 NeoPilot 我们从2016年开始研发，就是整个的系统就是完全由我们自己来做的。当然，确实呢，在第一代的话呢，我们的 NeoPilot 呢，它的这个芯片和算法，它们是绑得进去。从这个第二代开始的话呢，我们会有全站的 in-house 的整个的这个算法数据的这个能力系统的能力，这是我们的一个方向。
Of course, for the current development plan and the cash position, we believe we have no need for financing in the sufficient resources to support the business development of the company. With respect to autonomous driving directions, our objective is to build in-house full stack capabilities. Of course, we have always had this capability in our company in-house. Recently, we have even enhanced our capabilities.
I'm trying to ask them, and I keep pressing 5. Like, check it out. I'll be pressing like 3 or 4 times.
We have
I guess they have a huge line. But if they accept me, I'm going to go crazy on that call.
But for the first generation NeoPilot, chipset is closely bundled together with the algorithm. For the second generation NeoPilot, we would like to make sure we can have the in-house capabilities, especially in terms of the algorithm, data, and the system development.
Thank you, Nick.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have the next question from the line of Jeff Chung from Citigroup. Your line is now open.
各位领导好花旗的 Jeff 我有几个问题我首先头2个问题，第一就是我们知道一月份明年那个产能会有一个扩充，但是2月份是一个农历新年嘛，那整个一季度来说，我们的销量跟今年4季度比会有一个怎么样的一个提升？就现在我们看这里头会不会有一些未知数，就是可能是电池的一个供应的瓶颈这是第一个问题。第二个问题呢就是我们看见3季度我们的整车毛利扩张速度比这个非整车毛利扩张速度要快那我想问一下，往后的几个季度是不是也会延续的这样的一个 momentum， 就整车毛利要远远快于非整车毛利就先这2个问题。So my first question is about first quarter next year, the sales volume outlook, whether they can still expand Q on Q. The second question is about the differences between vehicle GP margin and non-vehicle GP margins growth outlook and forecast. Thank you.
对，当然谢谢这个，现在还太早去给一季度的这个指引呢，就是当我们因为我们从产能的角度来讲，要做好满足我们的这个订单的这个需求啊，我们相信今年会有不少的这个订单需要靠明年的一季度的产能去满足啊，这是我们从目前订单的一个发展趋势的角度去看，因为从 NIO 的角度来讲的话，我们都是按订单生产嘛，所以我们跟传统的技术公司不一样啊，我们是讲订单深度啊，别的公司可能是讲这个库存深度。那我们从订单深度的角度讲，我们希望它在一个合理的水平啊，太长了的话呢，会影响用户体验啊，用户要等的时间太长。那所以我们希望能够把我们的这个订单的这个深度，能够通过产能的提升，能够让它在1个月以内啊，也就意味着，如果一个用户订一辆车到交付这个车，能够以我们现在的，如果是产能足够的话。我们希望它能够在3个星期左右啊，3到4个星期，这样的话对用户体验来说。
Man, that is a tough question. 10K at 45.20.
比较长的一点时间才能到达这一点。
Personally, I think it will open up negative tomorrow. It might gap down since the stock is definitely not moving after hours. It is down 1%.
这个趋势的角度来看的话。
Thank you for your question, Jack. It's very early to provide the guidance for the first quarter of 2021. But of course, we need to be fully prepared in terms of the production capacity to make sure we can meet the user demand and the order backlog.
Also, do you need the money right now, or can you sit on it a little bit longer?
We will need to have a sufficient
because I think even if it gaps down tomorrow, it will still come back up. It might take a couple of weeks or a month or so, but I think it will still continue to rise.
So we would like to focus on the level of orders. For other companies, they talk about the inventory level, but we focus on the order level. We would like to control the order level within a reasonable range. So users don't need to wait for a long time to pick up their car. We would like to improve our production capacity to make sure we can control the order level within 1 month. It means from the order placement to the user delivery, the lead time should be between 3 to 4 weeks. Then we can achieve a good user experience. At this moment, we still need a long time to meet this target, but we will need to ramp up our production to make sure we can improve the experience, and we're quite confident that we can achieve this target in the future.
当然，从这个毛利的提升的角度来讲，在过去确实我们一直都是在这个非整车的毛利它的水平一般都是比整车毛利要低一些，但是总体来说我们看到了，在过去的几个季度，我们都是整车毛利和非整车毛利都是在持续的这个
I think if it gaps down early at open, and then the stock might pick up that day. But if it gaps up, slowly sell off at the end of the day. But if it opens like negative 10% or negative 5%, I wouldn't sell at a loss. I will hold it out and see what happens. That is what I will do personally. But if it goes up like 5-10% at open and you want to take profits, then man, take profits.
我们现在的这个销售我们现在的服务的收入，还有我们的这个换电站这样的一些这个收入啊，那随着这个我们保有量的增加的话，它的这个亏损单车的亏损
No problem, man.
逐步的缩窄啊。所以总体上来讲的话，我们的这个非整车的毛利也会持续的提升啊。从更长期去看的话，这个我们电池升级服务也能够显著的去改善我们的整车的这个非整车的这个毛利啊。所以。
I was expecting a lot more movement from NIO. They built up this earnings hype.
The gross margin has been on the rise. In the past, we have witnessed a consistent trend that is the non-vehicle gross margin is lower than the vehicle gross margin. In the past few quarters, we have seen both the vehicle gross margin and the non-vehicle gross margin have been increasing. Just like I've mentioned, the carbon credit revenue will be included in the non-vehicle gross margin in the future. And this year, we can see the value of the carbon
as of right
credit
now, the
has
market
become
can
more and more
open
evident, China.
gapping
In the
down
coming
or
years,
gapping up, but
going
most
forward,
likely,
we believe that
I think
the
it will
carbon
gap down
credit
a
is
little
going
bit,
to
and then
affect
the price will
non-vehicle gross
rise back
margin.
up.
At the same time, the revenue from our services and the power swap.
So
can
personally,
also
I'm
help us
expecting it to
narrow
open
the
5, maybe
operating
more
loss.
percent lower.
So
And then
this
towards the
is
end of the day,
due to
I expect it to
the
fully
expenses
recover
of our
and
real
then
estate.
go back up.
Overall speaking, the non-vehicle
I think a lot of
gross margin
people
will improve
that
versus
came in
the
at
long
like
run,
30,
and
at
the battery
25
as a
or
service
less
plus
are
and
going to
also
take profits.
improve the non-vehicle gross margin. Everything is going according to the plan.
因为我补充一点，就是我们今年四季度实现的这个
I don't know if you can hear me, guys. I'm trying to have like a balanced thing.
啊，那我们今年产生的、今年销售的车，这个预计会产生的积分数量是去年的至少2.5倍以上。那么而且积分的单价的话呢，从目前来看的话呢，我们至少认为会增长1倍吧，大概会增长1倍。所以总体上来讲，我们可以预期的话，这个明年的在积分方面的收入的话，从一个市场的预计的角度来讲的话，我们大概会是4到5倍啊，大体上会是这么一个水平。现在有不少汽车厂商在跟我们接洽，想买我们明年的积分。这个当然我们看这市场现在确实因为这个双积分对于这个整个新能源车下一步的这个发展的推动。
Yeah, I got some money sitting on the sideline as well. I came in the third time around at $42. So if it goes below 42, I'll be definitely buying.
Which is generated by the vehicles sold in 2019. In this year, because of the sales increase, the carbon credit number by over 2.5 times, and we believe that the peak price of the carbon credit will also double next year. So the overall revenue on the carbon credit will be 4 to 5 times more next year compared with this year. Now, a lot of OEMs are in discussion with us about the purchase of the carbon credit. So we believe that mechanism is going to be very beneficial to the development of the EV industry.
谢谢威廉吧，我还有很快2个问题，对，谢谢那个第一就是那个明年的这个 carbon credit，
没事，
就是明年的这个 carbon credit 的话，也是明年的4季度入账吗？就跟今年一样，也是今年的4季度入账，是这样吗？这是第一。第二就是我们那个 NOP 的那个 attach rate， 现在是多少？然后未来几个 quarter 我们觉得这个会增长多少？然后 BOSS 现在的 attach rate 我听刚才说是35%嘛，这个我们未来1、2、3个 quarter 我们展望了多少啊 ？So my last 2 question is about the carbon credit. Will it be impacting on our P&L next year in 4Q as well, rather than spread evenly throughout the 4 quarters? This is number 1. Number 2 is about the attach rate on our NOP.
Man, I'm definitely keep
right
pressing
now
it.
and going forward. Thank you.
对这个积分收入到底在哪个机构确认这个我们会根据这个整个市场的这个情况策略，还有这个整个的会灵活的去看嘛。这个我们不一定是把它放在某一个季度或者说这个我们会根据这个，因为你卖的太早的话，没准就卖便宜了，是吧？这个我们这就是一个市场的一个决定。那后边 BOSS 的 take rate 我刚才已经说了，我们在11月份到目前为止的订单我们从订单的角度讲已经到了35当然我们这个相信它会持续的会去提高。那NOP 的这个 take rate 我们已经在MC 的 take rate 我们已经在50左右
Man, the earnings call was excellent. All their numbers are looking super good. I'm surprised the stock hasn't moved much at all. Tomorrow is going to be very, very interesting.
The confirmation of the carbon credit revenue is quite flexible. we are not going to put the revenue confirmation in a specific quarter next year because this depends on the specific market conditions. If we sell too early, maybe it's a little bit too cheap. For the bus take rate, just like I mentioned in November, the take rate of a bus has reached 35% among the new orders. Going forward, we believe this is going to further improve in the long run. And the take rate of the new pallet is around 50%. After the launch of Navigate on Pallet, we believe this is going to have a much better performance.
Thank you, 谢谢 William， 谢谢。
Thank you. We have the next question from the line of Mei Yi from US Tiger Securities. Your line is now open.
Hi, for this question, great quarter, guys. My question first is, could you comment on your thoughts about Tesla building China Model Y? Will it impact or your order momentum? And second is,
man, look at what Tesla did. They had an excellent couple of days. Man, oh man, oh man.
Going global, where could be your focus market to hire a local and competent team? 所以我的问题的话是两个，一个的话是不是可以这个讲一下咱们对于这个那个特斯拉 Model Y 的一些想法，然后这个事情的话对咱们的订单的动能的话是正面的还是负面的？那么第二个问题的话，是不是可以讲一下咱们的国际化的计划？比如说咱们对于不同阶段的国际化有些什么时间表，然后哪些地方会是我们的主要的市场，然后我可能会推出的车型，以及怎么样去招募一个比较的这个本地化和有能力的团队。谢谢。
谢谢。这个对这个，当然我们看到 Tesla 这个是已经比较明确的说，他们 Model Y 会国产啊。但总体上来说的话呢，我们相信这个市场有更多的产品给用户选择，对促进整个这个电动汽车的这个普及的话，肯定是有非常大的好处的。那我们当然也看到 Tesla 跟我们确实是一个不太一样的公司啊，那他们会不停的降价，然后这个在过去的这1年多里面降了很多次的价啊，他们总体上来说是按成本定价的一个逻辑啊。那这个当然，如果从一个事实的角度来讲的话呢，他们第一次降价，对我们当时在今年年初、去年年底、今年年初的第一次降价，对我们当时的订单确实差不多有1个星期的影响啊，按理讲有这个影响。但后边他每一次降价，其实基本上都没什么影响。他最近的一次很大的一个降价，降了10%左右啊，这个在国庆节这个10月1号的一个降价。事实上，然后我们10月份创造了订单的历史记录啊，所以我们总体上觉得我们现在的在中国的这个平均的这个购车发车的价格大概比 Tesla 要贵10几万人民币啊。我们其实认为我们的产品和服务有自己的独特的竞争力啊。我们觉得Tesla 当 Model Y 推出了以后，我们相信呢，对这个市场整体上是有正面的影响的。但从我们来讲，我觉得 Model Y 可能更多是和 Model 3去竞争多一些，所以我们说和它还是有显著的差别啊。我们从产品和服务的角度来有竞争优势啊。我觉得从一个整体的一个市场的情况来看的话，整个这个派的变大，我们最主要的竞争对手还是油车啊，所以我们相信中国的这个高端的这个车的市场是几百万辆的一个规模啊，这个我们和 Tesla 加起来可能也还没有多少，所以这个还好吧，这个市场还足够大啊，我们还对自己的成长和迎接这个竞争还是非常有信心的。还是那句话，我们认为我们最主要的竞争对手还是油车。
Thank you for your question, Nate. Tesla has officially announced that they are going to have the local production of the Model Y. We believe that this is actually good for the users because if we have more options to accelerate the popularization of the EVs in the market. Of course, we believe the Tesla's strategy is quite different from NIO. Starting from last year, Tesla has cut their price multiple times, and they basically have the pricing strategy based on the cost. At the end of last year and the beginning of this year, their price cut has affected us for about 1 week. But afterwards, our order intake bounced back very quickly. After this price reduction, they also had several. The most recent one is around the 1st of October. The price cut is around 10%. We didn't see any specific impact on our order intake. Actually, in October, our order intake has broke the historic record and exceeded our expectations. Our transaction price is around hundreds of thousands RMB higher than Tesla's average selling price. So we believe this proves that we have our own unique advantages with our products and services. Model Y's introduction to the China market is going to be beneficial for the overall market, but we believe the competition is more about the competition between Model Y and the Model 3 because we have our own unique advantages regarding our products and the services. For the market situation, basically, we believe the pie is growing bigger, and our main competitors in this market should be the gasoline cars. The China premium market is a very big market with the volume of millions, and this gives us a great confidence that we can have a sustainable growth in the long run.
This is Stephen. I'll give you some high-level update of our globalization efforts. First, we have a very concrete short-term target. That is, we will enter EU market in the second half of 2021. At the same time, globalization is a very long-term vision for NIO. So NIO is a global brand, and we will be very patient to implement this strategy step by step. And so we have three principles. First, we will stick to our user enterprise business model. We believe it's a global and universal business philosophy. Second, we will maintain our premium brand positioning. So our key competitors are BMW, Audi, and Tesla. Third, our sales and service must be localized to suit the European customers' needs. That's the update of our globalization efforts.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. That will be the last question for today. I'd like to turn the call back over to the company for closing remarks.
It's almost over, guys.
Thank you.
They stopped questions I wasn't able to ask. Some of my questions, which is not surprising.
The relations team through the contact information on our website. So this concludes the conference call. You may now disconnect your line. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. That will conclude the conference for today. Thank you all for participating. You may now disconnect.
All right, NIO, we appreciate it. That is it. All right, everybody. That sums up the call right now. Let me know in the comment section who's going to be selling their NIO shares tomorrow. Who's going to be holding them long term. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Me personally, I do not think I'll be selling. Right now, I think it is 50-50, man. Like, the stock hasn't even budged. Like, the entire call, the stock has pretty much stayed the same. This is surprising. I did not expect that whatsoever. I thought the stock was going to have a lot of momentum, a lot of moving. The earnings call has been hyped up tremendously. A lot of people say NIO is hyped up as well. But this earnings call, man, a lot of people were betting a ton of money on earnings. Even though NIO just released like positive earnings. All of their numbers are up. They beat expectations. Like, everything they said was excellent. But I think a lot of people were expecting good earnings. NIO so far, every single earnings they had up to this one has been positive. They have always beaten expectations. In this earnings call as well, they have beaten expectations. But the stock hasn't budged. Like, as of right now, it is $46.12, negative 1.01% in after hours. So in my personal opinion, I think tomorrow NIO is either going to gap up or gap down. It is like, I was expecting NIO to do wonders right now. Just to be honest, I thought after they released positive earnings, the stock was going to move, especially in after hours. But no big move down, no big move up. It has pretty much stayed the same, which is pretty good though. Like, I was expecting it to go up, obviously, but it maintaining at these prices, it not going below what it closed, that is a pretty good sign to me though. It is pretty good. That means a lot of people are going to be holding, and I don't blame them. I'm holding myself. I'm not selling. But if the stock goes up like 5, 10, 15% tomorrow, not 5%, probably like 10% or more, if it gaps up at open, I might sell. But if it opens up negative, I'm not selling whatsoever. But short term, if it gaps up like 15, 20%, I might sell, take some profits, and then wait for the pullback. If you look at the 6-month chart, man, you'll see it's been going up steadily. Like, there's no major pullback. Right here, there's like a small pullback, and right here, but that's like couple of dollars, like from like $20, from $28 to like $26. That is not a big pullback whatsoever. And right here, we are reaching record numbers. Yesterday, we was at 54.20, which is insane. And then a lot of people just dumped it and took profits. But I think after earnings, if it goes up, more people are going to take profits. And can you blame him? Look at this 6 months run. It literally went from $3 to $46. Man, people are going to take profits. And if it gaps down, I will be buying more. I have about $900 in my Webull account, and I'll be using that money to buy more. I'm not going to dump it all in at once. I will break it down probably in 2 or 3 times, and then every day, if it keeps going down, I'll be buying more. But I think if it opens negative tomorrow, by the end of the day, it should recover. NIO is extremely volatile, and a lot of the times NIO moves crazy. It can go up 30% or it can drop down 30%, all in one single day. It has happened before, and it might happen again. Like, this earnings has been positive overall. Excellent earnings call. They beat all their expectation, all their numbers. Plus the Q4 is going to be even better. They're predicting 16,500 to 17,000 cars being delivered. Also in December, they will start delivering their 100-hour battery. And early next year, there are rumors of them releasing 2 more vehicles. So they're probably going to have 5 or 6 vehicles lined up for 2021, which is absolutely amazing. Now, people that want to buy NIO, they will have a ton of vehicles to choose from, which in my opinion will only drive the stock up even more. Did I see the American number? Thursday, we'll see which way. For sure, Bitcoin hustle, for sure. Wednesday down 3 to 5%. Thursday up 5 to 10%. Your opinion. All right. We're going to see tomorrow, Bitcoin hustle. We're going to see. Hopefully it goes up, but as of right now, man, I was honestly expecting big moves in after hours when they release earnings. But only time will tell. Only time will tell. All right, everybody. Let me know in the comment section, what is everybody doing tomorrow? Is anybody selling, holding, buying more? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, let me know how many shares you got. Me personally, I got about $1,600 invested in NEO in my public Webull account. And then I'm also holding NEO long term in my private account. In my private account, I pretty much hold it 2 to 5 years. So I bought some at around $37 in my private account, and I am currently holding it. Those shares I will not sell at all. I'm holding them like really, really long term. About 5 years, 2 to 5 years. Martin, I hope it dipped slightly. I want to add 3,000 tomorrow. 3,000 shares, or you got $3,000 to invest in. Kadir DM, man, it is 50-50. Me personally, I think it will gap down probably about 5-10%, and then by the end of the day, it will recover fully and maybe close the day positive. I think a lot of people will take profits. Like, there has been a ton of people that got in at 20, at 15, at 30, and if it gaps down, that's probably people selling, taking profits. But I think if it opens negative, by the end of the day, it will fully recover, and a lot of people will buy back in at the lower prices, and just the stock will recover. Even if it doesn't recover tomorrow, if it gaps down, but who knows, it can gap up tremendously. All right, dollars not shit. Man, 3,000 shares, that would be insane. But that's still a good amount. $3,000, you'll be able to get a decent amount. Will you be holding them long term, or are you a trader? Or do you got 2 accounts like myself? Kadir, I don't mind either way, to be honest. If it goes low, I'll keep buying. If it gets late, it's getting late here. Good night. All right, man, I appreciate you commenting. I appreciate you pitching in. I'll probably end up making another video tomorrow and letting you guys know what I personally did. So make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for that video. I want to hold him for 3 to 5 years. Man, that'll be a smart move. Like, I'm holding him in my private account. Man, NEO, in my opinion, is probably the best EV play in China. And 3 to 5 years, if they continue on this road, man, they're probably going to be as big as Tesla overseas. And if you invested in Tesla 3 to 5 years ago, man, you're sitting on a good amount of money right now. And I think NEO has that potential to be the next Tesla of this world, which will be absolutely amazing. Plus, NEO is also, they will be expanding into the Middle East. Tesla right now is mostly in the US market, a little bit in Europe, and also they're entering China. But they're staying away from Middle East. Also, NEO, if they go into the Middle East, that is a humongous market. Also, Africa, long term, it will be a humongous market as well. So, man, NEO has a ton of potential. Even if they capture like 10% of the market, they're going to be making a huge amount of money. Just in China alone, I don't know, somebody mentioned that earlier in the comment section, they got 400 million people ready to buy, 400 million people that are primed for the electric vehicle. So if NEO can capture even a small amount, man, huge profits in the long term. I agree. Middle East is also a mega rich market. Oh man, they got tons of money, and plus electric vehicles are like the new thing, man. Everybody wants one. All the YouTubers now are buying electric vehicles. I think this trend will continue next year, and an EV market is going to be crazy, man. It is going to be crazy. I'm super excited. Man, I just hope I was able to get in earlier, but getting in at $46, it is still not bad. Not bad at all. Especially if you're thinking about holding it long term, there's definitely going to be a lot of profits to be made. Man, tomorrow is going to be, it is going to be exciting. Let me see that 15-minute. Yeah, as you can see right here, the stock went down a little bit in after hours, but let's look at this. Let's look at this right here. So if you are looking at the trend, it might continue to go down. So if it gaps down tomorrow, it might continue and then it will reverse back up. But you never know, man. You never know what might happen. Apple and NIO makes CAE together. What is a CAE? I'm not catching it, Bitcoin Hustle. By the way, that name is awesome, man. Bitcoin Hustle. That just sounds fancy. Whew. Tomorrow it will be very, very interesting. Apple and NIO makes a card together. Haven't heard that one yet, but if they do, that will be breaking news, man. That will be breaking news. Apple and NIO teaming up. Man, personally, to be honest, I have heard plenty of rumors of Apple getting ready to make their own electric vehicle. A lot of people that I talked to, they had mentioned this to me like 4 months ago. And I was like, man, that will never happen. Apple is definitely not making an electric car. But if there are rumors, man, somebody might be leaking information. And if Apple decides to make a electric vehicle, there's going to be a ton of competition for Tesla. But I think that is like far off into the future. But I do like NIO and their strategy. They're focusing on services. If you look at Apple, they are also shifting to services. And services is where the money is made, man. A lot of companies that have services, that have people making monthly payments, they make a ton of money. And if NIO can capture the service market, man, the sky is the limit. Just imagine right now, I think they deliver like 12,000 plus vehicles in Q3. And all of those people, if they want the battery service, they have to pay a monthly fee. So 12,000 people paying a monthly fee, it is not much. But in the long term, if they are able to get like 1 million people, 2 million people, 10 million people paying a monthly service, man, reconnection successfully. Yeah, man, it just disconnected for some reason. I think I've been streaming for like a couple of hours now. This is the second time it's disconnected. It's lagging, man. I got to update my internet. Jose Lopez, we're going up tomorrow. Man, I hope so. I hope so. Aftermarket, it hasn't even moved. This could be a very good sign that we're going to gap up tomorrow, or it could be a very bad sign that we might gap down tomorrow. Guys, let me know if we are still connected. Because it was disconnected, then reconnected. But last time it did that, it disconnected, and I just kept talking while it was off. So where did I just leave off? All right, thanks, Bitcoin Hustle, man. I appreciate it. To the moon, Joe. All right, Jose. All right, man. I see. To the moon. Hell yeah. Man, tomorrow's going to be very, very interesting. I'm going to wake up super early tomorrow just to see what the stock will be doing in pre-market. Because a lot of times, if you're watching it in pre-market, you are able to predict where it will go. Like if it's selling off in pre-market, chances are as soon as that market opens, a lot of people will be dumping it. Also, you have to watch out for the Robinhood traders. A lot of them are unable to trade in pre-market, but with Webull, you are able to trade with pre-market. That is one of the reasons why I love Webull. They have some of the longest hours in pre-market and aftermarket. So you'll be able to get in and get out before those Robinhood traders start dumping or start buying. Yeah, but if NIO continues with their service plan, man, they're going to make money. And yesterday we did another call where they raised their prices on their monthly service subscription. I think they raised it from like 30 to 90, which is like a 200% increase. And people are still willing to pay because of the service that they will get with NIO. And I think these big firms, these big investors will push NIO to increase their monthly subscription fee. If you look at Netflix, like if you look at the 2 years, they have constantly been increasing their fees and creating more subscriptions. Before, when Netflix first came out, they had one simple subscription and that was it. Now you can get Netflix Family, Netflix Single Account, Netflix Multi-Accounts, and they're all different prices. I think NIO will probably end up doing something like this, where they will have a subscription for the battery, subscription for maintenance, all of this other stuff. And in the long term, this will create more profits for NIO. All right, everybody. That concludes this interview, man. If you got any questions, let me know in the comment section below, guys. And make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what will you be doing with your NIO stock. Subscribe. I'll probably be making another video tomorrow showing you guys what I did with NIO. Man, this has been exciting, guys. I appreciate you for tuning in, for watching, for interacting. This is like my first live ever. So a successful first live ever, I should say. I had one yesterday. Wasn't so good. Definitely wasn't so good. But again, guys, I appreciate you for coming in, tuning in, watching this earnings call with me. El Sierra, I wanted to dip to buy more shares. Man, low-key, I think he might dip. I got money on the sidelines waiting to buy as well. But tomorrow, before the stock market opens, keep following it, man. Look at the stock. Yeah, tomorrow, before earnings, not before earnings, before the market opens, keep watching it. I'm going to wake up super early and I'm going to watch the stock. What platform do you guys use? Anybody here use Webull, Robinhood, or you guys with the bigger firms like Fidelity, TD Ameritrade? What is everybody using? All right, everybody, that concludes this. I'm going to go catch some sleep, do some more research on NIO. Like, subscribe. See you in the next video. Peace out.